the spending thereof of this money, where once we've made it, how then do we spend it? And most of the time, people are given praise for giving it away. How are we supposed to have it if ever we're giving it away?
Yeah, it's a problem, and again, that itself it falls under the language of money. That one, you cannot communicate. You cannot even, bestow yourself. Show us who you are and what you are made of. But instead, you rely on the bad notes to really tell the story. So it's basically that.
Showing off.
Yes.
While you're going to suffer at the end of the day before the month end.
Controversy is here to stay, man. What do you think? I love controversy. Can't live without the truth, eh?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to another special show, The Controversy, of course. And we will be discussing one of our interesting topic today, which is money language. We're talking money today. We don't have it. Maybe Steve has it. Do you have money with it?
No. No, I don't have.
Good day, sir. Good morning. How are you?
Yes, revolutionary greetings to you and to the audience at home. Jumbo Africa.
Jumbo Africa, indeed. All right, we will be diving into the topic, of course. We are no expert, but we have an opinion. And our opinion will be voiced out today, basically on how we feel money should be handled and how we handle money. Maybe you can join us in the topic on our social medias. Steve, do we have a specific way of dealing with money? Do you speak with money? Is there a language that is spoken?
Well, the truth of the matter is money speaks.
It speaks.
Yes, and money, there is language. Money has language, so money speaks, and you'd understand even the genesis of what money is. You'd understand that it influences people. It's one thing that brings power, but more than anything, that I think it is very important. There is a saying that says, "Money makes the world go round." And I always say, in nowadays, money makes the world spin. Anti-clockwise, so even and uncontrollably so, because of, you would see the thing that money does now, it really changes the tradition. It changes the orthodox understanding of what the world is. It also brings, or it also influences everything that we see today, whether it's wars, battles, everything, even the sicknesses that we see now.
It's
because of money. So there is an element of money that influences. So it's one way to say, is it a language itself or not? But I hope we will teach during the course of this show, we'll be able to answer that directly. Yes.
Dive deep into this language, if ever it is a language.
It is a language, indeed. It is a language.
All right. So in terms of money, who must work for who here? Is it money working for us, or we must work for money, according to your understanding?
Okay, maybe let me say, in philosophy that I was taught to money is a social prestige. That's one thing that I was told. But also, I was taught money it's a physical and psychological security. So that would mean you first work for money, and then afterwards money has to work for you. Because definitely, if you have money, it brings, certain luxury in effect that ukuthi izoqala manje isebenzele wena. But it does not start there.
You must first
You
go
must,
and
yes, you must start first work for it. And then once it's there, then it will work for you.
So you must go learn how it works, and then it can work for you then after.
Yeah. That's my point. And you understand, Uguti, before we were more into barter trade.
Mm-hmm.
But again, even in the context of Africa now, you'd understand Uguti, one would really be recognized or be given a status. Based on the size of his grant,
the money in the bank.
Yes, that's the money in the bank. So that's a thing. We should really have, financial literacy.
Even in families, sorry to jump
Yes.
the subject.
Yes.
When you have money, then you are treated more serious than
Definitely.
So it's power.
It's power. Money gives you power for it. Because of, I read somewhere years ago, they said, you without money, you can't even go to war. Because it is the basis of military strength. Because
you're going to pay them.
Exactly. That you need to buy weapons. So that's the power of money.
Maponga was saying, we as Africans, we need to be united, because of if ever we are found to be against one of these big, giant European countries,
yes,
then we won't make it, because of we are in groups, separate groups. There's 50,000, there's 10,000 there and there and there.
Yes,
and then we need to be one so that we
yes. I think I share the very same sentiment in regards to what Maponga said. Not in everything that he says, but in what you are saying. If he said so, we are advocating for one Africa. We are advocating for one currency. I'm not even wowed about the BRICS, whether South Africa and other African countries are joining BRICS or whatever. But I'm one person who believes in oneness of Africa. So I think it's a known fact that once you show unity, you can conquer everything.
All right, while still on the money working for you, or you working for the money, there are people who believe that they are no match in terms of starting their own business or managing their businesses. They believe that they are workers and they must work for the rest of their lives. What's your take on that? Do you believe
it's very systemic? I always say, if ever you don't ponder for yourself, definitely there'll be people there who will assist you, who will think and ponder on behalf of yourself. Even nezulu siyasho ukuthi ungavumeli abafana bakubonye umuzi badlale ngawe. So that's the thing. But like I said, it's systemic. I think it is only starting now that you see people really going into businesses, people starting their own brands and all that. But it has always been a capital system for people, particularly black people, to work for their pound or kruger.
Yes. And they keep on exchanging.
Definitely.
The child takes over.
Yeah, definitely. Because of even if you see, the system of coinage, you now understand what before you have what you call, you have wheat to make bread, and then I have potatoes. Then we only exchange that. So they wouldn't even be able to infiltrate that.
Yes.
And again, even the issue of money itself, the history of it will tell you, Uguti, money was used in actual fact as a receipt. Yes. If maybe you had gold or something during the time of pharaohs, or even in 19th century, so on. If you had something gold or so, then you would take it to a warehouse. Then they will give you a note, you know, which will be
saying how much you have.
Exactly how much you have there. So that's how, in actual fact, the issue of money started. You know. Then from there they changed it. I mean the gold. What is it? Is it the gold mine? No, not the gold mine. The goldsmith. Sorry to say, goldsmith in London. So that's where then they started introducing the issue of banknotes and all that. So you can see, Uguti, by doing that, manje, you are involving the third party, which is the bank.
And they're gonna charge.
And we all know, Uguti, the bank system are a capital system, but I really do not want to talk about capitalism today. Yes.
Let's rather not.
Yes.
Okay, while still on that business mind system.
Yes.
People say they are short of capital to start their businesses. Is it a prerequisite that you must have capital? Can't you start from whatever you have and use it to
but you say
shortcuts?
You say the most important thing that people need to know, and I'm really saying this, I mean, because I'm also a businessman. You know,
share business.
Yes, when I started the business, I was working, and one day I just woke up and said, I don't want to work anymore.
Yeah, I'm
tired of flavor. And then I changed. So, and at that particular time, when I took that decision, it wasn't the matter of whether I had a capital, but I will always say, what is important, it's the idea. You know, once you manufacture the idea here in mind, I think it becomes easier for you to start anything.
Definitely.
I think that they must have ideas. That's where it starts. It's not a matter of you must have a certain capital, because of you can raise money.
But
I will only advocate, Uguti, the people, they need to go and skill themselves. And not even skilling themselves, because of, again, there are certain things that comes naturally. You know, there are certain things that you are good at, even if you do not have skill, like cooking, like baking, like making a garden, and all those things. It's only a matter of fact, Uguti, are you aware, Uguti, you can monetize that? Yeah. I think that's the important part.
They say you must do what you like and make money out of it.
Exactly.
Rather than going to work every day.
Exactly.
You come back stressed.
It's only a matter of polishing it there and there. But I believe ukuthi wonke umuntu has a gift, has a way yokuthi uzophila kanjani. That's why you even see in the Old Testament, they will tell you ukuthi, I mean, Cain was a farmer, and the other one was more
Peter,
yes, not to Peter, man, to Abel. Yes. No, Baba Jesu.
Oh, Joseph.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you musculous.
Yeah, no.
I know I'm horrible.
No, then you mustn't quote it.
No, that's how you are again.
Leave it to the Omotosos and the other pastors.
I tell you.
No, I don't want to be associated with those who are in courts for wrongdoing.
Okay. While still on business, there are certain requirements for business, proper businessmen, which is discipline.
Yes.
And I don't believe everyone has discipline, because of discipline starts by smaller things, like a commitment to go to gym is a discipline, a commitment for this and that. Yes. So do you think, going back to my question, on everyone can have a business, is there such a thing like everyone has got discipline? Do we have discipline?
No, we don't. But again, then we need to address it to Umam Angie Motshekga and the ANC government. Because of, I saw a video on a previous show where you were speaking about our educational system. You see now, the great ones, being taught to express their skills, being taught to be disciplined because of any craft it requires discipline. But I'm saying that itself, it's something that needs to be addressed by our educational systems. How do we instill a discipline from the young age? How do we teach people to be very cautious, to be disciplined about their craft, to love their craft? To love themselves, to be enthusiastic about everything that they do. I think that it can not only be something that we say it's hereditary, but I think it's something that can be taught as well.
Even Chinese have karate that teaches.
Yes, tai chi and all that.
Teaches the young ones.
Maybe we can even, go and be monks. That will teach
discipline.
Yes, that will teach us discipline. If that can work.
All right. I was speaking to Itaima the other day, who was doing Oxos for me, and he's saying he's tired now. He wants to go home. And I asked him, who are you planning to teach this skill to? Because you can't just leave and there'll be a vacant space here.
Yes.
And he's saying young people are not willing to come on board and learn these skills. They rather go into the offices,
Yes, true. Just to add on that, people, they do not know what the most paying job, being a plumber, is the most paying job in the world. But yes, plumbers, they get money for it. But why this thing is not known? It's because of people, they once they think of wearing overalls, once they think of wearing boots and all that, they go away. They rather wear these fancy suits and speak English and be ordered around by ordered around by the families or by the daughters and the sons of the business owners. That's what people are comfortable of, rather than starting their own thing, rather than polishing their skill, rather than learning how to trade, learning how to do their own things. I always say, if you have not invented anything, if you have not really come up with something that is new, something that is not known, then you have no desire to be rich. Yes.
Yeah, all right. While still on the discipline, I think it's very important that we stick on this discipline. Now, the spending thereof of this money, where once we've made it, how then do we spend it? And most of the time, people are given praise for giving it away. How are we supposed to have it if ever we're giving it away?
Yeah, it's a problem, and again, that itself it falls under the language of money. That while you cannot communicate, you cannot even, bestow yourself. Show us who you are and what you are made of. But instead, you rely on the bad notes to really tell the story. So it's basically that.
Showing off.
Yes.
While you're going to suffer at the end of the day before the month end.
Definitely, it's systemic because obviously you're going to suffer.
All right, let's talk now. Pyramid schemes, one of the shortcuts to make this money. Have you ever been involved in such?
No, sir.
Are you planning? Okay.
I can rather develop the strategy to
take
for people to invest money on.
I've once deposited about 2,000 on this scheme, and it wasn't a very good idea because by 2,000 I'm still waiting for it even today.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it's a nice way of doing money. Taking money from people.
Well, the truth of the matter, there are no shortcuts in life. even if you see someone being wealthy, but there are processes that took place. One, it will be a matter of education. It would be a matter of meeting people who are sharing the same dream. It would be the matter of polishing the skill that you have. And it will be the matter of knocking on the right doors. So that itself is a process and it takes time. Yes, William Shakespeare, I always quote William Shakespeare. He says, some people are born lucky. He says some people, they work for their lucky. So it all depends what do you want to do, and you understand the strengths zakho, then uspolishe, then uqhubeke usebenza. But into yama shortcut, it's something that I cannot really promote.
All right. I like to go back a bit so we can have a clear view going forward.
Yes.
Back to giving away money.
Yes.
The Bible talks about 10% that you need to give away to, I don't know whether it's the needy or the pastor.
Yes.
Must we give away money if ever we still need that money?
These charismatic churches and these charismatic pastors and even thinking it's wrong. And the Bible does not say that. Unfortunately.
What does it say?
The Bible speaks, the Bible speaks about, taking care of the widows, taking care of the orphans. And the Bible says you give 10% of what you have worked for. Remember, at that time there was no money. So you'd find ukuthi abantu bayatshala, then esivuneni sabo, then bazomikisa ukudla. That will assist
the widows.
The widows. The 10%. Yes. And then it was only during the time of Roman Empire. That's why Jesus Christ said, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Because of people, they do not understand. Even Jesus Christ himself, he was under the Roman rule. So it was government politics that came up with taxes and all that. But it was never a law that came from God.
Wow.
So I will say to people, they mustn't even buy that story. It's very deceiving and malicious. People are just taking their money.
Yeah, and people must just find an easy way than to give other one to give the other one. Why don't you give direct? Because of there's always someone in need.
It's money-making scheme.
Within your family, within your community.
It's money-making scheme.
So
I always say, if my businesses and other ventures fail, I'll simply go and open a church.
And take other people's money.
Well, then, because they don't know what to do with their money. They can rather give it to me.
The pastor is praying for you to have millions.
I'm joking.
I'll cut off this one. All right. The pastor is praying for you to have millions.
Yeah.
Not praying for you to have a skill to make
same thing. Pastors, Zangoma, everything. All these people that people are giving them money, they fall into one category. They are just scammers. They are scamming people.
All right, let's talk solutions now. Enough of problems. Or before solutions.
Yeah.
People do a lot of things to have this money. And one of the things I just discovered recently is umavuso. People go out and have sex parties for money. What's your take on umavuso?
It's Agaz, but I heard Jacob Zuma, the former president, he once spoke about it. And yes, and maybe I just don't want to be controversial.
You are controversial.
Yeah, but I think Tina Sitata Moguti, that thing is organized. But in real life, you'd find ukuthi most people are in relationships because of material gain. And for me, that itself, it's much tantamount to the Mavuso thing, because of there is an expectation. You're good once umuntu ezekuvakashela ekuseni, then there should be a transaction. There should be money that is involved. So to me, that is transactional. So before I would even go and bashing Mavuso and all that, I think it's important for us to find the value of life and understand ukuthi, there are certain things that are precious, that really do not need to ukuthi siyipollute ngemali. I'm saying the Mavuso thing, as much as it is very wrong and all that, but it's not an isolated matter. It's something that happens in our daily lives.
So it is that they have come out.
Yes.
And the rest are still underground.
Definitely. You meet a lady at night, in the morning, the story changes. She starts telling you about her problems, about her mother who's sick and all that. And to me, that itself, it's the way of saying, no, let's do a transaction. Yes, so I just stay away from such. From
Atteridgeville.
Yeah, remember I was raised from a Christian family, so I'm safe.
Okay, only when it suits you. All right, let's talk solutions now. At school, usually we don't get a subject or a module that will alert us of this language of money.
Financial literacy.
Yes. And again, it goes back to age. Why aren't people learning about this phenomenal object that is used worldwide?
Yes, I think it's very easy, Vetu. I think we just need to teach our kids from young age to save money, I always give my kids, money. Ukuthi bamba nayo imali, then ngizobona ukuthi uyisebenzisa kanjani evikini. So it all goes back to education, financial literacy. Ukuthi, how are we taught to use money? And I say we must respect money. It's very important to respect money.
Again, going back to saving money now.
Yes.
People who would save money not knowing what to do with money. Again, saving money is taking your money and giving it to the bank. Yes. So the bank can borrow someone else who needs a loan to make 5-10 times the profit and gives you just a smaller pitch.
Yes.
So isn't it time now we start investing more than saving?
I during my time when I used to clothe, I would say I don't have money in the bank, but I do have what we call materials that I can show off and say this is equivalent to money. So I will truly encourage our people to invest on property, to invest on these things that ukuthi are tangible one, that ukuthi at some point they will even generate more money than taking your money and putting it into the bank. Yes.
All right. Last one now. Budget. We usually don't have budget as Madaki. We just spend as we go.
Yes.
And it is one of the most important discipline in terms of having money. It's the language of money, budget. You don't just spend where you never plan to spend. Do you have a budget? And what budget How can we budget?
No, budget is for the people who are working. I'm not working.
No, budget is for everyone. Even
No,
for you.
I don't have a budget,
You
friends.
should.
Yeah, budget. And for me, budget is for people who are working. It's this is I have to try it for transport. Da 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 da. You know, so I don't conform to those norms.
Uzosihlukumeza wena. Budget iyadingakala. All right, let's be money savvy. Let's study money. Let's learn how to communicate with money.
Yes, and let's budget. Most
And
importantly.
let's budget
Yes.
so we can know where we're spending this money, where can we
Mm.
reduce, where can we add.
Mm.
And then let's learn how to speak this language, guys.
Yes, and that's not, you know, I just to interject for you. You said hardworking people are people who are spending their money negligently. So you'd find someone working in a contract. I mean, digging holes and all that, and then in the evening you'll find him spending that money on booze. I always say, to those people who are working hard for their money, guys, let them respect money. Let them budget. Let them save money. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, that's it for the week, guys. Just be money savvy. Peace.
Asante.
Amen.
Can't live without the truth, eh?